Hey guys, my name's Kurtis and this is my wife Chelsey. We make weekly videos about travel and photography. And a few weeks ago, we flew from Calgary, Alberta all the way to Toronto, Ontario during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now this isn't the first plane ride that we've taken during the pandemic. We recently also just went from Calgary to Vancouver with our new little Bengal cat Kona, which we can link here. Now during that flight, we tried to be as safe as possible, but during our last couple of flights, we noticed a few things that others were doing that you want to avoid, and we actually learned a few things about flying during COVID that you're going to want to know.
I'd just like to make a quick note that travel within Canada is completely allowed. There are a few provinces that have some small travel restrictions in them, and BC and Ontario, our two destinations, were not one of those during the time that we were traveling. We safe, we smart. So just always make sure to look into what travel restrictions are going on in any destination that you're choosing to go to. So let's dive into it. The first thing you need to bring, and is now mandatory, is a mask. We're flying a Canadian airline called WestJet, who's made it mandatory to wear masks basically since COVID started. Thankfully, along with many other Canadian and American airlines.
Now let me just pause right here and say right now that masks in no way should be a political statement, and they slow the spread, so just wear one. It's not that big a deal. Wear your mask. Now when it comes to the style of mask, the N95 is the most effective mask, but these should really be reserved for medical professionals as there's a worldwide shortage right now. And it'll be very difficult to get your hands on one anyway. But what you want to do is find a face mask that fits you properly and doesn't have any space in between the mask and your face. But from the research we have done, a 2-layer mask that'll be comfortable to wear is going to be the best for you. Now, being comfortable is important as you don't want to be touching your mask at all during the flight. So pick a mask that you can wear for the duration of the flight without touching it at all. You just want to be able to put it on and sit there for your flight and relax without fiddling around with it.
Next is hand sanitizer. The coronavirus can be spread through the air and on surfaces. So if you can, bring sanitizing wipes and hand sanitizer. I know we're limited with the amount of liquid that you can bring on a plane, but make room for this one. We really like the ones that are the spray bottle because you can spray your hands quickly and you can spray any surface and wipe them down. This is great for your cell phone too. So now, what not to do. After arriving at the airport, if possible, try not to eat, drink, or use the bathroom. If you have to do any of these things, try to do them before boarding, as you will likely have more space or distance if you need to eat and properly wash your hands before getting on a plane.
Now after boarding the plane, don't touch anything. Basically, if you don't have to touch anything, don't. When we got boarded with WestJet, they had told us that the plane had been recently sanitized with some sort of fogging machine or something. And they provided us with disinfecting wipes, so as soon as you get on the plane, you can wipe down your seat. But still, once Chelsey and I sat down, we didn't move from our seats until we had to get up to leave and deboard the plane. If you can, avoid the bathrooms as well.
Those are high traffic areas. That's why you want to avoid the bathroom. Do not sit beside anyone. Now I realize you might not have a choice with this, but if possible, take a red eye or a less popular flight time to hopefully catch, obviously, a less busy plane. If it's in your budget, I would recommend paying that little bit extra money to try to sit away from people whenever possible, which is exactly what we did.
Even though you might want to, just avoid eating or drinking on the plane. Like we said earlier, if you don't have to, don't touch your mask or expose your face.
Now, what to do? After you're seated, be sure to turn on that little air conditioner blower thingy that's in the ceiling and aim it right towards your face. The air that comes out of there is clean and purified. This will reduce the risk of any other airborne droplets getting to your face because it actually pushes the droplets away from you towards the floor.
Sanitize often. So like we said earlier, be sure to bring your own hand sanitizer and be sure after you get seated and you've wiped everything down, you've gotten comfortable, spray your hands again just to ensure that you're as clean as possible. There's no such thing as being too clean.
Finally, and probably most importantly, relax and be nice. Everybody else that's traveling around you is probably as stressed out as you are. And at this point, if you've followed all of this advice and followed any advice from your airline and flight attendant, you've really limited the chance that you're going to have of catching or spreading the virus.
So at this point, you may as well just relax and enjoy the flight and let things play out how they will. Like, there's almost nothing more that you can do. So whatever happens, happens type of thing.
I hope that you guys are as excited to start traveling again as we are. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video and thought it was helpful, please hit that like button. If you have any questions about our experience, please leave them in the comments below. We literally answer every single comment.
And if you guys want to see more videos from us, please hit that subscribe button so we can see you again next week. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.